We're living in a time where they are about to receive their judgment. You know, Yahushua is on his way. Yahushua is very close to invading this world, invading this society, and we know how he's going to do it. According to Bible prophecy, we know Yahushua and a multitude of angels, Michael the Archangel being one of them, is going to invade this world by what the so-called white man calls UFOs, which is really the chariots of Israel. That's a major prophecy located in the scriptures. And we believe by faith that that's going to happen very soon. Now, one of the things that Yahushua is going to do, besides deliver his elect and destroy this place called America, which is known as Babylon the Great, leaving it as a symbol of what happens when a nation becomes totally wicked, which they were created to be the wicked anyway. But what happens when a nation is totally wicked and they receive the righteous judgment from the Heavenly Father Yahweh, who is only begotten Son Yahushua. So this is why America is going to be totally destroyed and left as a desert, and that's pursuant to Isaiah the 34th chapter. This place is going to be left as a desert, as a memorial and a reminder to the rest of the people, you know, the people that survive it, the destruction. What happens to a nation when it's wicked? It's turned its back against the Heavenly Father, and you know the Heavenly Father brings that judgment. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why America is going to be left, among many reasons, but that's one of the reasons why America is going to be left as a desert, 100% desert. And this is pursuant to Isaiah, the 34th chapter. The prophet Isaiah saw the future of America, it being left as a desert. And after the fire dies down, the only thing you're going to have living here is wild creatures. Okay, wild birds and wild creatures. All right?
Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candle shall be put out with him. The steps of his strength shall be straitened, and his own counsel shall cast him down. For he is cast into a net by his own feet, and he walketh upon a snare. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him. The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready this side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and shall bring him to the king of terrors.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Shah, pushing to get up out here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Shah. And what I want to get into tonight, okay, is a video I came across, all right, on BitChute, you know, dealing with how pretty much the CBDC, which is a central bank digital currency, it's all about full control, okay? And that's a major phase, you know, within this man's, all right, New World Order enterprise, okay? If a brother could put that, was it Joel 5 and 12? All right, and let's get Isaiah, chapter 47, all right, verses 8 through 10. All right, because as this man, gets closer and closer to attempting, his new world order, okay, what he calls the Great Reset, the closer he gets to his destruction, man. All right, and this man really has a God complex to be the Most High in the earth. Okay, this is where we at in prophecy, man. See, there's a lot of games being played in society. All right, people thinking that what's to come, is just going to be some easy breezy, a couple of days without lights and, like you're going to be good, but no, man. All right, this man is finna bring, okay, when it says new world order, this man is bringing a whole new order, okay, to the earth. That's what he wants to bring. All right, but in the midst of it, he's going to be disappointed. Okay, let's get Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verses 3 through 4. Okay, now let's get a couple of these precepts, and then we'll get into the video. All right, I ain't gonna make it too long. This is your brother Bayan Yasha'Allah. It's the book of Job, chapter 5, verse 12. It says he disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. You see? Because we have to remember the earth was given into the hands of the wicked. Okay, but it was for a limited time. Okay, and Esau Edom has pretty much brought everything, has brought everything that he wanted into fruition. Okay, you see the wickedness of the society. Well, that's was intentionally done by Esau Edom. You see the acceptance of wickedness. You see, the FRN note, the fiat currency. Okay, all these things was a part of this man's wickedness that he was allowed to bring forth. Okay, but his last project of the New World Order is going to fail. All right, and the scriptures say the devices of the crafty. Okay, because remember, this is the same spirit that was in the serpent that's within Esau Edom. Okay, scripture say he was more subtle than any creature. All right, and this man has been planning a lot of wickedness in the background that's coming to the head. You see, they're going to go into in the video. All right, this control grid of digital currency, is 3 decades in the making, man. Okay, but now he wants to crown, okay, their enterprise, and that crown is going to be their Karakma, man. Okay, which is complete control. Now this is the brother Bayan Yasha'Allah, Isaiah 47:8. It said, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasure, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me. And Esau, he comes in the end as if he is. Okay, he think he's entitled, okay, to have everyone tracked, to know your thoughts, to be able to remove thoughts, to be able to alter your DNA. He thinks he's entitled to that, man. He thinks he is, man. Okay? I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. And see, Esau thinks that he will not be moved, man. Okay? That's why he's so bold, in his venture, all right, of the NWO, because this man really believes as if he's not going to be moved. All right, verse 9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. All right, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. Because pretty much we have to remember this man's a major warlock in the earth. Okay, how this man is moving, he's a major warlock, and he has the masses enchanted as if he's some, righteous savior, humanitarian in the earth, man. All right, but this Edomite, all right, empire was founded on witchcraft, man. Especially here in America. All right, so you go to verse 10. It says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness; thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou sayest in thy heart." All right, it's like, I am, and none else beside me. And Esau Edom, thinks that he's moving in a way that he's not calculating, man. Okay, he think he's moving in a way as if the Most High doesn't have, this man pinpointed. Okay, he think he doing something sharp, like he has a one up on the Most High. Okay, like he just doing something so ahead and so new and so different. All right, but it was all prophesied that he would do this. Okay, so let me cue up the video, then we'll get some more precept. Now this is from Big Shoe. Now this woman here, what's her name? Catherine. Yeah, Catherine Austin Fitz. Okay, now she has some pretty good info. All right, when it comes to the money system that's being rolled out, she does good videos. All right, on these topics. Okay, her and these other two Edomites. All right, these Edomite women, handsome as hell, man. All right, and that's why they're gonna have the same job as the Edomite man. Okay, or like Mrs. Doubtfire, man. But she has all right, pretty good intel on particular things. We just use it for the purpose, all right, of edification. So I'm gonna let this play. All right, then we'll come back. All right, and get some more. We come back and get the rest of the precepts. Let's get that Psalms real quick, just to have it up there after the video. And whatever precepts you brothers, feel in the spirit. Let's get Psalms. Let's get Psalms 8 and 9. Psalms 94, verses 8, 9, 10, and 11. Verses 8 through 11 in Psalm 94. All right, well, I'm going to let this play. We'll go from there.
You're listening to O'Meara and Borgeson on today's News Talk, TNT Radio.
Welcome to the O'Meara and Borgeson Show. I'm Christina Borgeson.
And I'm Kelly O'Meara. Today we're devoting the entire hour to money. More specifically, we're going to talk about President Biden's recent executive order titled Comprehensive Framework for Responsible Development of Digital Assets. To me, that's just a word salad for how best to track your money. As we look into the prospect of going digital, there's much to consider. Right now, interest rates are rising, the cost of food and rent is skyrocketing, and people are struggling to make ends meet. How will going digital make a difference in your life? And one can't help ask, qui bono, who benefits? Every day we see how commercial finance is changing. Phones swiped over keypads for purchases. No need for cash, credit, or debit. Microchips are inserted into hands to allow access to home and work. Discussions are in the works that may allow the Federal Reserve to create cash accounts for individuals. What would local commercial banks have to say about that and their deposits? More importantly, make no mistake, anything digital can be tracked. Every move you make can be tracked. Think about the animal microchips. It's no different with humans. Every financial transaction is tracked. What if you don't want to get chipped and digitized? Will you become a societal pariah? No? Think again. Remember what happened to anyone who refused the COVID jab. They were a danger to society, terrorists. We're going to talk about these issues and more with Catherine Austin Fitz.
And you see they're mentioning a chip, which they're going to come flat out and say it. That's why I came to this channel. We got to go on the ground, particular information. Okay, the water, to you brothers. All right, and you sisters tuning in. Like I say, I catch any news I think is gonna be pretty sketchy. A chance of strike, I just come here. GMS GMS the basement. So yeah, they're gonna pretty much come straight out and say it. All right, and there's so much heavy censorship on YouTube, okay, to where there's a very watered down, narrative, okay, that people are getting. All right, but pretty much, it's becoming common knowledge of what the MOTB is, man. All right, everybody get it, except for a few Israelite groups, man.
Catherine is the president of Solari Inc., publisher of the Solari Report, and managing member of Solari Investment Advisory Services. Before that, Catherine served as managing director and member of the board of directors of the Wall Street Investment Bank, Dillon Read and Company. She also was Assistant Secretary of Housing and Urban Development during the first Bush administration and was president of Hamilton Securities Group, Inc. Catherine designed and closed more than $25 billion in transactions and investments to date and has led portfolio and investment strategy for $300 billion worth of financial assets and liabilities. In short, Catherine Austin Fitts knows money and she knows how it works. Welcome, Catherine.
It's great. I didn't know we were going to be together. Christina didn't tell me that the great O'Meara was arriving.
We're getting the band back together.
That's exactly right.
We are. It's true. We're getting the band back together. This is fabulous.
So look, I'm just going to throw it out there, Catherine, let you get started. What's your take on this global rush for digital money?
Digital concentration camps. I just want to let that word sink again. We're talking about creating digital concentration camps. It's a complete control system. So it's the end of currency. We're talking about creating.
You heard what she said? Okay. A digital concentration camp. All right. And they're going to present it, okay, as a miracle. Okay. They're going to present it as a miracle through what? Convenience. This is how this man gets down. He presents, convenience, okay, to the society. And people are going to flock to it. Okay. A lot of people are going to be taken by this deception. But what are they being plugged into? A digital concentration camp, man. And she's going to further expound on it. All right.
Financial transaction systems where there is absolutely no privacy, no matter what they say. And essentially, they'll be able to come into your bank account and take whatever money they want out. They'll have complete control. So if they don't want your money working more than 5 miles from your home, your money won't work more than 5 miles from your home. So I'll give you an example. And you ought to show this on the show. I think I showed it to you, Christina. If you go to Solari.com and go down to the commentary on the homepage called Cash Every Day, it's our campaign to encourage people to dial back the digital systems and go to cash. There are a couple of videos. The first one is 56 seconds, and it is the general manager of the BIS in Basel, Switzerland. So the Bank of International Settlements is the central bank of central bank. So it's the general manager of the BIS explaining exactly how CBDC will work in 56 seconds. You want to watch it?
Yeah, can you put it up?
I don't know if I can put it up.
Well,
I should.
I'm sure right now our engineer Alex is sweating bullets.
I should have done this. Okay, well, everybody should go watch that video. It's only 56 seconds.
Just give us a gist of what he says.
What he says is they can make the rules of how the money is used. They don't call it your money. They call it their expression of central bank liabilities. And they can set the rules on how it's going to be used, and they can enforce the rules. Now, beneath that video is another video, which is Richard Werner, the top academic scholar in the world, in my opinion, on central banking, and he explains how what CBDC will look like. And he explains how the head of a central bank in Europe, who's very prominent fellow running a central bank, explained that it's going to be a chip inserted in your hand. Mark of the beast. So between, and that's 2.5 minutes. And if you
see that, okay, it's gonna be a chip. This new currency, this new global currency is gonna be, all right, operational through a chip. Okay, let's get that in the book of Sirach, 39 and 24. Okay. It only makes sense, man. See, you're not gonna be able to just make up anything and wing prophecy, all right, and it's staying true. Okay. At the end of the day, this prophecy, all right, is gonna separate a lot of the real from the fake. You know, because you had Jake in that pride still taking his stance as if, you know, the mark of the beast is Christianity, when it's plain as day what they're going to use, all right, for the future of buying and selling, man. Okay. It's being rolled out as we speak. All right. And if a brother can get Deuteronomy. All right, let's get Deuteronomy chapter 18, verses 20 through 22. Okay. I'm gonna bring it back a little bit. All right, it just come straight out and say it, man.
bank liabilities, and they can set the rules on how it's going to be used, and they can enforce the rules. Now, beneath that video is another video, which is Richard Werner, the top academic scholar in the world, in my opinion, on central banking, and he explains how what CBDC will look like. And he explains how the head of a central bank in Europe, who's very prominent fellow running a central bank, explained that it's going to be a chip inserted in your hand. Mark of the beast. So between, and that's 2.5 minutes. And if you watch those two videos, you understand, you know, ignore all the gobbledygook in the first couple of pages on the White House pronouncement. What we're talking is about complete central control. Last year, there was a nominee for the Office of Comptroller of Currency who got shot down thanks to Senator Kennedy and a few other very great performances by the senators who stopped it.
Some alert senators. Yes.
Yeah, some alert senators stopped it. She had published a paper in the Vanderbilt Law Review in October, I think it was October 2020, basically saying it was really easy with CBDC for the feds to stop inflation. What they could do is just turn off bank accounts.
Well, how would
So
that
if
stop
you're-
inflation?
Demand destruction. It kills demands for good because people can't get their money to buy
People don't-
anything.
Interesting.
You know, I was listening to NPR the other day, and this finance guy, I'm sorry, I can't remember his name, was saying, oh, yes, that the way to lower inflation is to raise unemployment. So, because there would
Right.
be fewer people with money to buy stuff. And I just thought to
Well,
myself,
there would be, let me correct you, there would be fewer people with money, but there would also be fewer people.
well, what do
How?
you mean
How
by,
is it?
what do you mean?
Well,
Like,
because if people can't
unemployment
afford to
kills
buy,
people?
yes, it does. And the studies show very clearly for every percentage of increased unemployment, you get an increase in deaths and lowering of life expectancy. There's a direct correlation.
Wow.
Here's the one way to understand the
This man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Okay. Higher unemployment rates is directly linked to higher deaths. Okay. You see, this man presents, he presents himself as if he's really concerned with the masses, man. Okay. People, was just so, happy about unemployment going up. Okay. But it was all a trap, man. Everything this man does is a trap and a snare. All right. If a brother can get that in Sirach, I think it's 14:7. Let me get a couple of these. All right. Everything this man does is a trap, man. Unemployment leads to higher death rates, man. Okay. This man is deep within his wickedness, man. When it comes to wickedness, this man is his steps, so many steps ahead, you know. It's Sirach 39:24, then from the brother Bayan Yasha'Allah, and it says, as his ways are plain unto the holy, so are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Yeah, it's plain. Okay? Prophecy is plain, man. It's speaking real time. Okay? It's only so long you can say it ain't that until that is presented to you, man. Okay? You can keep saying it ain't, it's it's the embargo, it's Christianity, it's the, it's philosophies or whatever you say. But it's gonna come a time when, hey, this is gonna be rolled out. They finna roll this thing out. All right. This is the brother Azaria GMS in the Truth Orlando. It's almost deer season. Brother, you gotta come back to Lexington, man. Boy finna get in the wood. I think October 1st, man. All right. There's a Deuteronomy 18:20 says, but the prophet which shall presume to speak a word in my name, which I have not commanded him to speak, or that shall speak in the name of other gods, even that prophet shall die. Okay? Because at the end of the day, the Lord has raised up prophets to warn his people, man. Okay? And all these false prophets, and Jake just got platforms to be popular and cute. The Most High finna get rid of that, man. Okay? That's finna be done away with. You're not needed, man. Okay? Verse 21, and if thou say in thy heart, how shall we know the word which the Lord, all right, have not spoken? All right. So how can you tell someone didn't come in the name or wasn't sent in authority, all right, in the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah? Verse 22, it says, when a prophet speaketh in the name of the Lord, if the thing follow not, nor come to pass, that is the thing which the Lord have not spoken. All right. But the prophet has spoken it presumptuously, thou shalt not be afraid of him, which means you shouldn't reverence him, man. Okay? So at the end of the day, all right, when you go into this comparison, okay, the mark of the beast, you look at Christianity, how the hell is Christianity being incorporated to buying and selling? Okay? You go into an embargo. Okay, embargo deals with nations not being able to receive, all right, particular goods. Okay, pretty much being shut off from access to particular goods. Okay, that's not a system. That's not a global system that's being set up. All right, but here it is. You have what? The CBDC, the central bank digital currency, in which they're telling you is going to be controlled and operated by the microchip, man. Okay. Time will tell, man. We'll see. So I'm gonna let it play some more. All right. And I'm gonna get some more of you brothers' precepts. Yeah, brother. I think on October 1st, man. The boy gonna be in that wood, man. Like you're a city boy now out there in Orlando, man. You gotta come back to the woods, brother.
Pandemic is as a management tool for, first of all, disaster capitalism. So you shut down all the small businesses, and that way the big businesses can pick up the market share, but also buy assets cheap, particularly because the Federal Reserve has floated lots of money to them. Okay, so it's an enormous opportunity, and I just posted a graph that I'm going to use in Money and Markets in the first week of October of the extraordinary explosion in the number of millionaires globally, particularly in the United States. So make no mistake about it, that centralization of capital was very profitable for the people who were centralizing control. And of course, the ultimate centralization is if you can get in combination control of the food supply, the energy supply, and bring out CBDCs, you've got complete and total control. And when I say digital concentration camps, I mean digital concentration camps, because you can see centrally, you can see everything money is attempted to be used for, and you can set the rules and you can shut it off. So if you can't, in an all digital system, again, they have spatial control. So your money can only work, if you're only authorized to go 5 miles, your money will only work 5 miles from your home.
Catherine,
your car will not work beyond 5 miles to your home. You have complete control.
So one of the things what Christine and I were chatting about earlier was that
She said they can control the money, okay, to where it won't even work 5 miles away from your home. See, it's a different level of control that Esau Edom wants to bring to the earth. You see, the New World Order is more control for him and less freedom for you. Okay, and that's why he's got you people used to what? A council culture. Okay, he got you used to heavy censorship. Okay, you go to anyone that studies governments, they say, look, censorship is the first phase of a dictatorship. Okay, that's phase one of a so-called democracy. Going into dictatorship is censorship. Okay, so this man, all right, has a plan of all-out control, man. He can control what you spend your money on, how far from the house you can spend money. Okay, he can put an expiration date on your money, man, or he can just freeze everything and you be through. Okay, this is what people are finna line up to accept. All right, as a solution in the earth, man, and that's how you know he's gonna make it. It's gonna be real bad. Okay, it's gonna be real bad for people, all right, to accept this as a solution, man. Okay, but he's gonna present it as an upgrade.
the truckers during the strike in Canada, remember during the shutdowns, they simply turned off their bank accounts. Remember? Right. And I thought, that's what we can expect. I think if they don't like how you vote, they don't like what you're doing, they can cut off your account. You just don't have any access to your money.
But now they have to get the banks to play ball, and it's a complicated process for them to identify who's who and get the instructions out. With CBDC, it can be like grease lightning.
Let me ask you something.
But remember, right now, if I have a bank account, they can shut it on or off, but they can't determine, very specific rules about where I can and cannot spend money. So I can go down to the bank, I can get cash out, and I can go anywhere down the street and transact any way I like. But with CBDC, we're talking about money where, if they don't want you shopping at certain stores, if they don't want you buying certain things, if they determine that certain foods you should not be able to eat, if they just want you eating synthetic food, then your money will not work at the farmer's market. I mean, we're talking about the ability to use AI and software to do tracking. I mean, already we have it. We have AI and software that can track every individual 24/7 with teams. Everybody has the equivalent of, Stasi teams 24/7 watching them. It's just AI and software instead of other humans. Not to say that humans don't get involved in the control system, but when you marry the current control grid, and what's important to understand is CBDC is the last component that snaps into place and turns the control grid that they've been building for 30 years into the digital concentration camps. And the reason I'm so adamant about warning about CBDCs is you want to back out of the control grid before they snap the final pieces in. Because once they snap the final pieces in, we are talking about moving into a world which is utterly unknown to most people in the Western world. You're talking about slavery.
Okay, I just want to figure out how close we are to that snapping point, because I'm looking at these reports, and the average cost of heating a home is going up 17%. Groceries are going up 13.5%, rent 6.7%, gasoline 25.6%, airline fares 33.4%, new cars 10%, electricity 15.8%. So people are being impoverished right now. So their cash reserves or money are already dwindling. So is that all part of this plan somehow?
It's part of what's called the Going Direct Reset. The Going Direct Reset was voted on in 2019 by the central bankers. And it's a way of consolidating a process that started in the US fiscal 1998 I call it the financial coup. So a decision was made in the 90s that the American governmental mechanism didn't work. And the solution was basically to just privatize the government on a just do it method by taking up the debt and sucking all the assets out. And of course, the question is, where did those assets go? But essentially, a decision was made, okay, rather than meet the baby boomers' retirement demands, let's just take all the money. And then by the time they're ready to retire, we will fill up their pension funds with IOUs from the government and then inflate away the value. So it was a way of essentially engineering the money out before you had to make good on those retirement bets. It was a way of negating the retirement bets without most people being able to figure out what was going on. Now, let me just stop you for a second, because starting in 2000, there was one journalist on the whole planet who saw what was happening, who understood what was happening, and wrote about it and tried to warn people for years.
And that's pretty much the point on that video. They go into a few more things. If y'all want to watch the rest of it, I'll leave it here. But she said basically, they don't want you to buy organic food. You won't be able to do that, man. Okay, and that's what you call, all right, programmable money. Okay, programmable money, where they can program exactly what you buy. Okay, where they in full control of exactly what you buy and how much. All right, this control grid, all right, gonna be a nightmare, man. And this is what people are about to run to. Okay, so get a couple of precepts. All right, I just want to bring that out, man. It's all about control, man. And this CBDC she said, look, that's the last thing that has to be put in place before they roll out, okay, this control grid. So we're close, man. All right, Romans 13:11. Okay, and this is the brother Bayan Yasha all right, Sirach 14:7, it says, if he do it good, he do it unwillingly, and at the last, he will declare his wickedness, man. Okay? At the last, he will declare his wickedness. And see, I'll say he's going to put on the front as if he's doing good. You know, universal basic income. You know, he's going to say, well, look, since your industry doesn't exist anymore, okay, due to AI, due to automation, you know, here's UBI. All you have to do, you know, is get this device, get this Karagma, okay, and you have access, you know, to this government, you know, to this government funding, okay, for humanity, okay. This is Brother Beyond Yashala, Isaiah 32:7. It said, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words. Okay? And he's presenting your destruction with smooth words, man. Like I said, universal basic income, you know, convenience, security, okay? Public health. You know, he's gonna put all these smooth words, all right, he's gonna present all these smooth words to the masses of the people, okay? But it's gonna be to their destruction, man. It said, even when the needy speak right, man, speak it right, okay? Because now, you know, we are the biggest threat to society just for calling this man out. Okay, we are a major threat to society. We're a problem to society just for calling this man out on his BS, man. Okay, but this is what's happening, man. All right, this man is bringing out, okay, this central bank digital currency, man. It's gonna be controlled by the Karaga. All right, this is his plans in the making. Okay, so you see all these global currencies are crashing. All right, and this is going to be the solution because it's all going to crash, man. I got news at work today. You know, the managers want to have a meeting tomorrow. Okay, and pretty much, you know, they saying, hey, the market through. Okay, and the market is through. You see. So Lord willing, man, it just keep getting worse, man. Remember, the year of the turn up is not over yet, man. So we'll see how 2022 end, man. But it's looking like it's gonna end with devastation, man. Okay. So there was a point. All right, we brothers and you sisters were edified. All right. Yeah, Isaiah, you got Azar, you gonna have to come through, man. Hey, this would be a good time to knock the dust off. All right. That old 30-06, man. Get out there knocking something down, man. Hey, and get real out here in these streets, man. It's time to convert back to a country boy. All right. Well, until next time, I'll say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abba, DTA soon, Shalom.